In the heart of the vast savannah, there was a kingdom called Wakali. It was a land of endless beauty, where the sun kissed the golden grasslands, and the rivers flowed with crystal clear waters. The people of Wakali were blessed with abundance, but their greatest treasure was their wise and just ruler, King Kofi. King Kofi was loved by his people for his fairness and courage. However, despite his wisdom, he was troubled by a single thought: he wanted to be more powerful than any man who had ever lived. The king longed for the strength and immortality of the gods. One day, King Kofi climbed to the top of Mount Kisiwa, the tallest mountain in the land, where it was said that the gods would sometimes descend to observe the world below. Standing atop the mountain, King Kofi called out to the gods, his voice echoing through the heavens. Almighty gods of Wakali, hear my plea. I, King Kofi, ruler of this land, seek your favor. Grant me the strength of 10 men, the wisdom of the ages, and the immortality that only you possess. In return, I shall honor you with grand temples and sacrifices that will echo your greatness for all time. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, the sky darkened, and a powerful wind began to blow. The air was filled with the scent of rain, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Suddenly, a great voice boomed from the heavens, a voice that was both gentle and terrifying. King Kofi, the voice of the gods said, "We have heard your plea. You are a wise and just ruler, but the gifts you seek are not meant for mortals. The strength of 10 men would corrupt your heart, the wisdom of the ages would burden your soul, and immortality would make you forget the value of life. We will not grant your request, for it would bring ruin to your kingdom and sorrow to your people." But King Kofi was not deterred. "Great gods," he replied, "I am not afraid of such burdens. I am determined to lead my people to greatness, and with your gifts, I can protect them from all harm." The gods sighed, for they saw the stubbornness in the king's heart. "Very well," they said. "You shall be given what you desire, but at a cost. You will have the strength, wisdom, and immortality you seek, but you will lose what you cherish most." King Kofi was elated and agreed without hesitation. As soon as he spoke the words of acceptance, a transformation came over him. His muscles swelled with strength, his mind became sharp as a blade, and he felt an ageless power coursing through his veins. He had become more than a man, he had become like the gods. When he returned to his kingdom, his people were in awe of his newfound power. He led them in battles against their enemies and won every victory with ease. He solved disputes with wisdom that seemed beyond mortal understanding. The kingdom of Wakali prospered like never before. But as time passed, King Kofi began to notice something strange. His friends and loved ones grew old, while he remained unchanged. His children aged and died, but he stayed the same. The joy of ruling, once sweet, turned bitter as he watched his people suffer from the ravages of time, while he remained untouched. One night, King Kofi climbed Mount Kisiwa once more and called out to the gods. "O gods, you have cursed me. I have lost my family, my joy, and my peace. I am alone in this world, with nothing but power that means nothing to me now. I beg of you, take back your gifts and return me to what I was before." But the gods did not answer. The wind blew softly, and the stars twinkled in the night sky, indifferent to the king's pleas. King Kofi realized that this was the price he had agreed to pay, the loss of everything he held dear. In his sorrow, King Kofi returned to his kingdom and abdicated the throne, passing it to a wise and kind successor. He spent the rest of his days wandering the land, helping those in need with his wisdom and strength, but never finding the peace he had once known. And so, King Kofi, once the greatest of all kings, learned that the gifts of the gods were not meant for mortals. For in seeking to become more than a man, he had lost the very things that made life worth living. The tale of King Kofi and the gods was told for generations in Wakali, a reminder to all that true power lies not in strength or immortality, but in love, humility, and the fleeting moments of life that make us human.